Hello H3 Cruisers and welcome back to another ship tour video. But unlike any other ship tour, this is a very special one. This ship tour serves as a time capsule to the beautiful Carnival Ecstasy, as this is the last ship tour ever filmed on board this beautiful ship. In fact, as you're watching this, she is already on her way to the scrapyard in Turkey and may even be long gone by the time you see this video. For that reason, we're going to honor her memory and add a little bit of a special touch before we get into the ship tour. Now, Carnival Ecstasy has served the Carnival fleet for 31 years. She joined the fleet on January 6, 1991 and had her inaugural voyage April 2, 1991. On October 10th, 2022, we had the pleasure of embarking on her final voyage. Over those 31 years, she brought memories to 5.5 million passengers. And of course, leaving the port of Mobile, Alabama, we had to enjoy the view from our beautiful balcony, knowing that no one will ever experience that view from that ship ever again. 2 days after we set sail, she brought us to the beautiful port of Cozumel. While in Cozumel, we got to explore the jungles on an ATV, splashing through mud puddles down the rocky trails at full speed. This was an absolutely amazing excursion. We also went to a private beach club before embarking back on the ship to our next port of Progreso. Now, Progreso doesn't look like much of a port, but this port does have a lot of history, a lot of culture, and was my favorite port. We took a bus ride about an hour and a half to the Mayapan ruins, learned about the ruins and the pyramids, and even the culture behind it. The view from on top of the pyramids was absolutely amazing. After the ruins, we got to enjoy some underwater caverns that we swam in, as well as an included lunch. Now that we come to the end of this intro, I do ask that if you enjoy the rest of this video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe, and share this video with anyone you know who's ever sailed on this beautiful ship. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to start in the Atrium Plaza, Deck 7, Empress, here on Carnival Ecstasy. Everything below this is just passenger cabins. Obviously, we got the glass elevators that the fantasy class is known for. Portside, we got the Internet Cafe, where you can look up your emails or your Facebook, or maybe find H3 Family Travel to help you book your future cruise. And then we got the Atrium Bar, where you get your drinks, guest services, and the sign and sale kiosk, as well as the excursion desk to book those amazing excursions. But look at this atrium, absolutely gorgeous, and it's even more beautiful at night. Definitely worth it on these fantasy class ships. Now, if we come over here to the side of the short excursion desk, we have the ATM, another little lounge spot where you can kind of sit and relax, maybe read a book. And then if we head towards the aft, we got the art gallery. Now, as you notice, the walls are a little bit bare, as this was the final sailing, and they were kind of auctioning off as much as they could. So that is just aft of the atrium lobby. Now that is it for Deck 7, so we're going to work our way up to Deck 8, up these beautiful stairwells, and check this out. Still absolutely gorgeous. So if we head forward, we got the Blue Sapphire Lounge as well as the fun shops. Check out the fun shops if you want to buy any gifts for your kiddos at home that you left behind on your cruise, maybe some jewelry for your significant other. Towards the back of the jewelry store, you got that liquor store. And then coming out, we have that Blue Sapphire Lounge. It's a two-story theater where they host the Welcome Aboard show, as well as many of the playlist productions. If you want a good seat, make sure you get there early. Now, working our way around the atrium, we got the Circle C. This is where the kids come to play if you want to get them off your back a little bit during your cruise, maybe enjoy some adult time. Also have the Neon Bar. This is the piano bar. You can come in here, throw a tip down, request some songs, just enjoy the laughs and the fun and some drinks and some great music. And this location is absolutely gorgeous with all the neon lighting. Kind of does remind me of Vegas a bit, you know, growing up in Vegas for 33 years now. But if we head out of the neon bar here, we have some more to explore, so let's check it out. Now, as we pass the Windstar dining room, we have what is called the Explorers Club here on board the beautiful Carnival Ecstasy. This was the library. As you walk in, you'll notice a giant globe, plenty of seating, so if you want to sit down, read a book, enjoy the quiet time, this is where you're going to do it. They also got some games as well up on that back wall, but as you come over to the back wall, you could find a book, and if you found something you enjoyed, you could take it anywhere on the ship. Just make sure you return it before the end of the cruise. And if you look in, it looks like we got some Risk and some Candyland in there, some Taboo, and check out this beautiful model ship. Carnival Ecstasy did have a lot of model ships around the ship. Absolutely gorgeous to view. Now we're going to step out of the Explorer Club here and work our way over to the Windstar. This dining room at the forward of the ship was where they had the Your Time dining. So if you didn't want to eat at a specific time, 6 or 8, and you wanted to come whenever you wanted, this is where you would check in and eat. Also, it is where they had the sea day brunch on any of the sea days. So if you wanted some good breakfast that wasn't from the buffet upstairs, come down here on sea days and enjoy a great breakfast. Now, of course, with the check-in, you did want to make sure you checked in a little early before getting down here. Now, if we exit the back of the dining room, you will notice we do not have access to the other dining room. We actually have to go downstairs or upstairs a floor and walk down the hallway and then back up another set of stairs or down, depending which way you go, towards the aft of the ship to hit the other dining room. Now, the dining room at the aft of the ship was called Windsong. This is where you had your early dining at 6 p.m. or your late dining at 8 p.m. You couldn't do the anytime dining, and they didn't have any sea day brunch here. This was just specifically for your early or late dining. And just like the venue up front, they would have songs that they would sing and dance back here, just as you know with Carnival Cruise Lines. Now, of course, a Carnival cruise is not a Carnival cruise without the amazing crew members who spend so much time making sure everything is just right, making sure you have the most amazing memories and the best customer service that you just cannot find on a land-based vacation. So coming up the stairs from the aft dining room, we would run into the Alchemy Bar. They had seating on each side of the bar where you could relax, and then if you came up to the bar, you'd get a drink that you just can't find anywhere else on the ship. As well as also you would find the singles mixers here and the LGBTQ mixers. So if you were looking to meet anyone, you would definitely check out the Hub app and see what time you want to be there for what meetup you want to be meeting people. And it was a good spot with some good drinks and definitely a bar worth checking out. To the back of the Alchemy Bar, we got the Starlight Lounge. This is where sometimes they'll host karaoke, but most of the time it is where the Punchliner Comedy Club is. They have family-friendly comedy here as well as rated R comedy. Just make sure if you ever go to a Punchliner Comedy Club on board a Carnival cruise ship that you are ready to take the jokes, and otherwise you might be one of those that just walks out and becomes part of the show. Now, back at the back of the venue, we have another bar. They serve drinks during shows like the Punchliner Comedy or karaoke, but for the most part, they are closed. Up next, we got the Warehouse Arcade. This is where you would send your kids to play some video games. Also, your big kids like myself, you know, those adult kids love to come here and play some games as well. Now, if you were to send your kids here, obviously you would want them to have a limit on their card because they can rack up some money in here. You'll also notice the bubble wrap as they were getting ready to wrap up all these games, take them off in Miami, and push them off to other ships since this ship is no longer in service. Now, as we exit the warehouse, we got the City Lights, which is Promenade Deck here on Carnival Ecstasy. You'll notice it's a little bit open. Also, where they held the plaques over the years and all the memorabilia is quite empty, as they auctioned it all off to a good cause called St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And some guy actually won a Carnival Ecstasy life ring. Yes, that big orange rings that they have on the side of the ship. Then you got the Ecstasy Gifts. This is where you get some cheap gifts if you were on board. Followed by the Stripes nightclub. Every night they had the nightclub going, but sometimes in the day, like here, they had the art auction going because they were auctioning off everything. Next up is a Rolls-Royce Java Blue. Get your hot chocolate, your coffee, or even your spiked alcoholic coffee. Yum. You got a sign and sale kiosk there too as well if you need to pull any money. Up next, we got Chinatown. Chinatown is a Chinese-themed venue, very beautifully designed. If you look at the designs and architecture in here, it's absolutely gorgeous, and the details are stunning. Pop quiz, do you know who the architect was? Answer, Joe Farkas. He worked on a lot of the Carnival ships in the earlier days, and I really wish that we could get this type of architecture design on the newer ships. But again, this is where they hosted the karaoke most nights. And if we come back to the windows here, we have some amazing views of the ocean. Great place to relax in the day, but nothing really going on here in the day. Mostly it was at night for like karaoke. But take a look at this. Isn't this absolutely amazing? The amount of detail that goes into these venues. Absolutely amazing. I love the work of Joe Farkas. Cannot complain about it. Now, these stairs here lead up to Lido Deck. We're not going to head up there now. We're going to come back to Lido Deck later. Here along Promenade Deck, you got the Promenade band that would play right next to the Casino Bar. Casino Bar, by the way, is a great place to get the fun ship. It's an alcoholic drink that will really mess you up if you drink maybe one too many. Next to that is the 50s diner-style look of the cherry on top. Great place to get all your candies for the kiddos. Make sure they got their sweet tooth taken care of, as well as some souvenirs for the kiddos and maybe some cruising ducks that you find all over the ship. Absolutely amazing design here on the outside of that venue as well. Of course, more seating along Promenade Deck. Promenade is known for all the seating. We got Crystal Palace, the casino. I'm not going to go film inside too much because it is a casino and people are gambling, and yeah. But we do have an ATM inside the casino just in case you want to spend the cash on your card. That's the place to do it. Next, we got Bonsai Sushi, which is just before the Pixels Gallery. This is for those sushi lovers. You want some bonsai sushi? It will cost you a little extra, though. Lastly, we got the Pixels Gallery. Pixels Gallery here is where they put all your photos on the cruise. You find your photos, you look through them all, find them, buy them, take them home. I do recommend that if you go on any Carnival cruise, though, check out the packages they have for photos. So you'll save some money that way. Now, heading back towards the forward, we're on the second deck of the theater, which is the Blue Sapphire Theater. And you'll notice it is cleared out now from when we were downstairs, when they had the auction. Oh, look, there's John Heald. And this is a venue, like I said, you want to get here early because there are bad seats here if you get here too late. A lot of pulls get in your way. And if you don't want to pull in your way, make sure you show up about 15 to 30 minutes prior. I recommend about 30 minutes prior to any show times if you want a good seat. So now we're going to work our way up to Deck 10, my favorite deck on the ship. It's actually Lido Deck. It's where the food's at. Now stepping out on Deck 10, we do have the atrium with this absolutely gorgeous view of the atrium. Always stop by and check that out. But before we head down the rest, I do want to show you a little secret spot that I absolutely love on all the fantasy class ships. So you step outside, and it's pretty dead out here. Most people don't really come out here, but if you head forward on Deck 10, or fly, like I am here, you'll come up to the bridge. Now you have some amazing views out here as well, and you'll notice the crew-only area and the bridge there where the captain and his officers operate the ship and make sure that we have a safe voyage. But there's also the stairwell. And if you come up this stairwell, you will find a very secluded spot that is usually empty except maybe when leaving port. You get an amazing view of the bow of the ship, forward area. You got an amazing view off the side of the ship as well, so you're literally out over the edge of the ship, and it spreads all the way across. Now this stairwell here does lead up to the gym I think you can exit the gym. I'm not sure if you can get into the gym from that door, but we're going to continue on to the port side of the ship. And of course, absolutely stunning views and angles all over the ship up here. Okay, so working our way back to Lido Deck here, I'm going to see that Carnival Ecstasy life ring that I told you someone won in the auction. Obviously it wasn't that one, but they did win one. Now coming back through the atrium, we're going to work our way towards the aft, or mid actually, and you got the patio pool. Walking out here, you got 2 bars, you got 2 restaurants that you can eat at. Now the bars here, the first one is the Red Frog Rum Bar. Got some Bohemian style rum drinks there. You can get you really messed up. Some seating, some great views as well as the pool. Then you got the Blue Iguana Tequila Bar. This is where you're going to get your tequila drinks and meet some amazing crew members like the ones back there ready to get you messed up. Now, obviously, like I mentioned, we got the pool, we got the 2 hot tubs here, as well as the dance floor. This is where they have, the contests like the Halloween contest, or they used to hold the hairy chest contest till they discontinued it. Now here at the beverage station, you do have your basic beverages, water, lemonade, apple juice. But of course, what is a Carnival cruise without the Blue Iguana Cantina, one of my favorite places on board. Got tacos, they got burritos, you can get chicken, fish, or pork, and those burritos you can either get the tortillas in wheat or jalapeno. Now working our way to the other side here, we have the Guy's Burger joint, and you got the little toppings bar right there, as well as the Guy's Burger, where they serve up some amazing burgers such as the Plain Jane or the Ringer. The Ringer is my favorite, by the way. If you've never had one, get it. Get some extra barbecue sauce, and of course, like I mentioned, the toppings bar. Get some chili, put it on your fries, then go over to the Blue Iguana Canteen and get some cheese to toss on that chili. Of course, always keep your hands clean when you're on a cruise. Don't forget to wash your hands. Now walking towards the Lido Buffet, you have plenty of seating on both sides of the ship, coming back to the Good Eats. Now the Good Eats venue just kind of has some variety of food. Depending on the day and the time, the food kind of changes up. Of course, you got another beverage place right here, beverage bar, whatever you want to call it. You got your coffees, your apple juice, lemonade, water, and another Good Eats section on the other side of the ship as well. Now working our way to the back of the Lido Buffet, or towards the mid of the buffet, we got the sweet spot. This is where they served all those sugary sweets. And right next to that was the salad bar with the ice cream machine, the 24-hour ice cream. The only thing that is really 24 hours now on a Carnival cruise, since the pizza is no longer 24 hours. As you can see, you got some more veggies and then some sweets. And then we get to one of my favorite locations on Lido Deck, Pizza Pirate, or on some of the ships, it's called Pizzeria de Capitano. Either way, it is pizza. They got it most of the hours. And then you got the deli, where they'll make you some amazing sandwiches. And then, of course, the bar. Get some drinks back there. And if you see one of these, this is a pour your own beer station. Now on the back of these fantasy class ships, they have this private eating area. Not very windy back here. It's an amazing spot to just take your pizza, take your deli sandwich, or whatever you got from the buffet, and just come back here and enjoy the view. Of course, if we head downstairs though, we got the Serenity Deck, 21 and over. If you're not 21, turn off the camera. Turn off the YouTube. Don't look. It's 21 and up. Okay, seriously though, this is where you come to get away from the kiddos, 100%. Of course, it is not private. It can be seen from the upper decks. There are rules. You may be an adult-only section, but you can't do the dirty stuff, okay? Keep those clothes on. Now, coming around the side of Deck 10, Lido, we got some more seating. It gets a little windier over here. It's not my favorite spot to eat, honestly. Now we're going to work our way back towards the mid here and go up the stairwell here, and we'll get up to deck 11. This is a Verandah deck. This is where we have access to the waterworks at the aft of the ship. The kids love to climb that stairwell and go down those slides, get completely soaked. It's a lot of fun. The water does get a little cold, but you have some more love views. Okay, no, you got some more amazing views. I feel like I said s'mores, some mores. But again, got a couple slides there, some great views overlooking the ocean. If you want to lay down in the sun, put the sunscreen on, maybe some tanning lotion, get a tan, and of course overlook that Serenity deck, that adults only area. You know, perfect view for the kids area there. But coming forward, we have another flight of stairs that leads up to the amazing whale tail. We're going to skip that for a moment because we're going to work our way forward. I'm going to show you a little bit at the front of the ship here. Now, as we come more forward up in the midsection, you do have Camp Ocean here, another stairwell, which we'll come back to. Over here on the port side, we have the smoking area. This is where if you need to smoke your cigarettes, your vapes, and anything that is legally allowed to be smoked on the ship, you smoke it in this section, or obviously the casino downstairs. But working our way back to the waterworks, I do want to take you up the stairs here and show you the next deck, which is the sports deck towards the aft. Now, obviously there's no sports going on, but you can get some amazing shots with this beautiful whale tail, as well as access the stairs for the waterworks. And I swear, no matter where you are at on this ship, if you are in an outside deck, you have an amazing view. Now again, we're going to work our way back forward. Just trying not to point the camera at a couple people that was stuck behind there for a second, but we're going to come back forward, overlook the pool here, work our way back to the stairwell that I told you about that goes up to deck 12 again, the sports deck. Now right here is a private door. What is behind that door? Well, if you don't know, that's the owner's suites. There's actually one on each side of the ship from deck 12. Up next, we got Spa Carnival and the Beauty Salon. When we step in here forward of deck 12, you'll notice they got a little waiting area as well as a massage room right there. Also right behind me, when we turn around, we got the beauty salon. I did accidentally have that hyperspeed, so let's go right back in real quick. There's a quick look at the beauty salon there. Stepping out, we got another massage room on the other side of the ship, and then a long hallway which passes the ladies' restroom and comes all the way down to the gymnasium. Who calls it that? I prefer to call it the gym or the fitness center. You got your bikes, you got your treadmills, you got your weights, you got pretty much everything you need to get a good exercise while on vacation here. And all the windows around have an amazing view of the ocean. Check it out, you got plenty of equipment, plenty of cardio equipment, as well as, like I said, the weights and everything else. Now, I'm kind of ashamed to say it, but Sandra did get to the gym on this cruise, and I did not. This was the only time I got to the gym on the cruise. In that foggy window you did see, it was some private spot that was in use, so I didn't get to show you whatever that was. I believe it was like a classroom or something. I do apologize for not being able to get you that. Now, if we work our way up to the next deck, as you know, we are leaving deck 12. We're going to deck 14. Because 13 is bad luck. I love the number 13. But many cultures find deck 13 as bad luck, or the number 13, so it skips right to deck 14. This is the sun deck. You got your miniature golf, you got some outside exercise equipment, as well as your pool tables. And then if you come forward, you got some seating looking over the forward part of the ship. And out this side door, I kind of got stuck trying to get out there. Luckily for hyperspeed, because the wind was extremely strong trying to get out on this deck. But look at the amazing view from here. Now, this is another spot most people just don't end up. So if you get a chance on a fantasy class ship, make sure you get that view there. Now this is the end of our ship tour. I hope you guys enjoyed the very final ship tour of Carnival Ecstasy, and if you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and of course don't forget to share this video with anyone who's sailed on the ship or hasn't.